Cole Hargan rode across the wide desert plain on his hover horse, the soft blue engine light glowing under the moving dust. The frontier planet of Red Ridge had long stretches of empty land, hot winds, and lonely silence. Most settlers stayed close to the towns, but Cole was a ranger. His job was to watch the borders, solve small disputes, and protect travelers from danger. He liked the quiet, thought it helped him think. But today the quiet felt wrong. He had seen smoke in the distance early in the morning, not the kind that came from a cooking fire. It looked like something had burned fast, like a camp destroyed in a hurry. Cole followed the trail, watching the ground carefully. His hover horse glided over the sand without leaving prints, but the ground near the smoke held different signs: light steps, small circles, and places where the sand had been disturbed quickly. Someone had run. Someone had fallen. Someone hurting. Cole slowed his hover horse and scanned the area with his visor. No human tracks, no metal boots, no heavy vehicles. These tracks belonged to someone native to the planet. Someone from the old tribes, the Apache-like people who lived here long before human settlers arrived. They kept to themselves and avoided conflict, but lately things were changing. Off-world companies wanted to mine the crystal caverns on the land of the tribes. Trouble had started. Some tribes fought back, some hid deeper in the red canyons, and some simply disappeared. Cole did not want trouble. He only wanted peace. But peace was hard to find. He followed the tracks for almost an hour before he saw something move behind a rock. Not fast, not strong. Just a small shift, like a leaf caught in the wind. Cole stopped his hover horse and slowly reached for the rifle at his back, not to shoot, only to be ready. The desert was full of surprises, and not all surprises were safe. "Is someone there?" he called out gently. There was no answer, only the wind brushing across the dusty stones. Cole stepped down from the saddle and walked forward slowly. He kept his hands open, showing he was not attacking. When he reached the rock, he leaned to the side and looked behind it. His breath froze. A woman lay there, her skin painted in dusty red clay, her hair in long, dark braids decorated with feathers and thin beads. She wore the traditional light armor made from flexible stone plates that glowed softly in the sun, an Apache woman, but not like the old Earth Apache. She was from the planet's native tribes, similar in spirit, strong in culture, but different in features. Her eyes were golden, with a glow that looked like burning coals fading into the night. She looked young, but exhausted. Her arm was pressed against her stomach, trying to stop a small wound from bleeding. Her breathing was shallow, and her lips were dry. When she saw Cole, she tried to push herself up, but she trembled and almost collapsed again. He raised his hands and spoke softly. "Easy. I'm not going to hurt you." Her golden eyes narrowed. She did not trust him yet. Maybe she never would. Her voice was weak but sharp. "Cowboy, your people chase mine. Why should I trust a human?" Cole looked at her wound. It was not deep, but it needed cleaning. "If I wanted to hurt you," he said gently, "I wouldn't be talking." She looked away, breathing hard. "Then shoot," she whispered. "End it. I have nothing left." Cole felt something in his chest tighten. He had seen fear before. He had seen anger. He had seen desperation. But this was different. This was someone who had lost too much in too little time. He stepped closer, but she raised her hand weakly, trying to stop him. Her voice broke into a whisper, trembling and full of pain. "Don't shoot, Cowboy. Let me live, and I'll give you a family." Cole froze completely. Her words were not loud, but they carried weight he did not understand. A promise? A plea? A mistake? He did not know. He spoke softly. "Hey, you don't have to say that. I'm not here to take anything from you." She blinked slowly, struggling to stay awake. "My tribe, they are gone." The sky hunters took them. The fire machines chased us. I ran. I survived. That makes me alone." Her voice cracked. "A warrior with no clan is nothing." Cole crouched beside her and placed his water flask near her hand. "Drink." She stared at it suspiciously before reaching for it. Her hands shook as she brought it to her lips. After a few sips, she let her head fall back against the rock. Her breathing steadied, but her body still trembled. "What's your name?" Cole asked. She hesitated. "Taya, daughter of the Stone Singers." Cole nodded. "I'm Cole Hargan, Ranger of Red Ridge." Taya looked at him again, her golden eyes glowing faintly. "Why are you helping me, Cole Hargan? Your people only care for land and minerals." "I'm not my people," Cole said simply. "I'm just me." She watched him for a long moment, trying to understand something she had never seen before, a human who helped without asking for something in return. Cole looked at her wound again. "I need to clean this. If we stay out here, more trouble will come." Taya tried to push his hand away. "I can fight." "Not like this," he said. Her strength ran out, and she let her hand fall. "If you want to take me, then take me. I cannot run anymore." Cole shook his head. "I'm taking you to safety, that's all." He carefully lifted her into his arms. She was lighter than he expected, maybe because her species had denser bones, but slimmer bodies. She winced, but she did not resist. He placed her gently onto the hover-horse seat and climbed behind her, keeping her steady. As they rode toward an old canyon shelter he used on long patrols, Taya leaned slightly against his chest. Not because she trusted him, but because she was too weak to sit straight. Cole held her carefully, making sure she did not fall. The ride was long and the wind was harsh, but Taya did not complain. Her eyes stayed half open, watching the endless desert pass by. Finally, they reached a narrow, hidden canyon that opened into a quiet valley protected by high stone walls. Cole guided the hover-horse inside and stopped near a small wooden shelter built into the rocks. "Can you walk?" Cole asked. Taya tried to stand, but her legs gave out. He caught her before she hit the ground. She looked embarrassed and angry at herself. "Warriors should not fall." "You're not falling," Cole said. "You're healing." She allowed him to help her inside. He placed a blanket around her and started cleaning her wound with water and soft cloth. She hissed quietly from the sting, but did not pull away. "You fight mercenaries?" Cole asked. "No," she whispered. "They fight us. They want our land, our crystal caves, our knowledge. My people refused to give it. Now they chase us like animals." Cole nodded slowly. He had heard rumors about the off-world mining company sending private soldiers to scare the tribes, but he had never believed it would go this far. Taya's voice became low and tired. "They took my mother, my brothers, my clan. I am the last voice of the Stone Singers." Her eyes closed halfway. "If I die, my people's history dies with me." Cole paused, letting her words settle in the air. "You're not dying," he said softly. "Not if I can help it." Taya opened her eyes again. "Why? Why save someone you don't know?" "Someone not human?" Cole looked at her for a moment before answering. "Because scared people don't deserve to be hunted. Because everyone deserves a chance. Because you asked me to let you live." Taya looked down, remembering her whisper. "My promise. It was not real. I only wanted mercy. I did not speak truth." "You don't owe me anything," Cole said. "I didn't help you for a promise." She watched him closely, as if trying to see inside him. No human had ever spoken to her like that. No human had ever shown kindness without a price. She whispered, almost to herself, "Maybe humans are not all the same." Outside the shelter, the wind grew colder. The sun dipped behind the canyon walls, painting the sky in deep red and soft purple. Cole lit a small fire to warm the space. Taya shifted closer, her body still trembling from exhaustion. Cole checked the shelter's old defenses, basic motion sensors, a few traps hidden near the canyon entrance, and a signal jammer that blocked enemy tracking drones. It was not much, but it might be enough for the night. Taya watched him work. "You prepare to fight." "Only if I have to," Cole said. She tilted her head slightly. "You are young for a warrior." "Maybe," he said with a slight smile. "But I'm good at staying alive." Taya studied him quietly. She saw no greed in his eyes, no interest in capturing her or using her knowledge. He treated her like a person, not like a threat. It confused her. It warmed her. It frightened her in a strange way. When Cole sat beside the fire, Taya slowly moved closer until she could feel the warmth on her face. She closed her eyes briefly, letting her tired body relax. He handed her a small bowl of warm broth. She sniffed it carefully before drinking. "You trust too easily," she murmured. "And you trust too little," he replied. She looked at him with tired, golden eyes. "Maybe both are dangerous." "Maybe," Cole said softly. "But today trusting saved your life." Taya did not answer. She simply watched the fire, her thoughts drifting. She remembered running through the desert, hearing screams behind her, seeing her home burning. She remembered thinking she would die alone. And then a human cowboy found her and chose mercy. As the night grew deeper, Taya rested against the wall, her breathing finally calm. Cole sat near the entrance, keeping watch. He knew enemy drones might still be scanning the desert. He knew mercenaries might search for her all night. But he also knew one thing for certain: he would not let them take her. She had asked him not to shoot her. She had asked him to let her live, and he would protect that choice. Before sleep took her fully, Taya spoke softly, almost like a dream. "Cole, if dawn comes, and danger comes with it, will you stand with me?" Cole looked at her and nodded without hesitation. "I will." Taya closed her eyes, finally allowing herself to rest. For the first time since her tribe was attacked, she felt safe. Cole stayed awake long into the night, listening to the distant wind and the soft crackle of the fire. He did not know what tomorrow would bring, but he knew he would not run. He would not abandon her. He would do what humans do best in HFY Stories: fight not because he must, but because it was right. And somewhere deep inside the canyon, far above them, a faint light blinked, an enemy drone searching the night. The night in the canyon was silent, but Cole did not sleep. He sat near the entrance of the small shelter, listening to the wind move through the rocks like a quiet whisper. He could feel something in the air, something heavy, like a storm waiting to fall. Taya slept behind him, her breathing finally steady, her body wrapped in blankets and the soft glow of the fire. Cole checked the power level of his rifle for the 10th time. Everything was ready, but he still felt uneasy. In the middle of the night, Taya woke up. She blinked, confused at first, then remembered where she was. Her gaze landed on Cole. He still sat there, calm, alert, guarding the doorway like a silent shield. "You have not rested," she murmured. "I'll rest when we're safe," he replied quietly. She looked at him for a long moment. "My people. We used to say that someone who gives their night to protect another has a strong heart." "I'm just doing my job," Cole said, but his voice was soft, almost shy. Taya slowly stood, leaning lightly on the wall. She walked to him, her legs still weak but stronger than before. She sat beside him, wrapping the blanket around her shoulders. "You saved my life," she said. "No one else did that, not even my own tribe. They ran and I fell behind." "You're not alone anymore," Cole said. She lowered her eyes. "I do not understand humans. You show kindness even when you gain nothing. You risk yourself for strangers. You fight against things bigger than you." Cole smiled faintly. That's just how we're built, I guess. She studied his face. There was no pride or arrogance, only sincerity. Something rare. Before she could say more, Cole's visor beeped softly. The signal jammer near the canyon gate detected movement. Taya tensed. They have found us. Cole stood immediately, grabbing his rifle. Stay behind me. Taya shook her head. I will fight beside you. You're still healing. I am still a warrior. Their eyes met for a moment. Cole nodded. He knew she was right. He also knew he could not stop her even if he tried. Together they moved toward the canyon entrance. The glow of dawn touched the sky, turning it from dark purple to deep orange. The desert was quiet, too quiet. Then Cole saw them, drones, 6 of them, floating above the canyon like silent metal insects. Their red lights scanned the rocks. Taya, Cole whispered. They're marking the area. Scouts come first, soldiers come next. As if answering him, the ground trembled. At the far end of the canyon, armored transport vehicles appeared, kicking up dust behind them. Heavy boots hit the sand, and mercenaries in steel armor spread out. Taya drew her stone-etched blade. They will not take me. Cole raised his rifle. They won't take either of us. The first drone fired an energy beam. Cole shot it mid-air, the explosion echoing between the canyon walls. Taya leapt forward with surprising speed, her blade slicing through another drone that flew too low. Sparks rained over her like falling stars. More drones descended. Cole shot 3 in quick bursts, each falling with a metallic scream. Taya handled the last one, jumping off a rock and bringing it down with a powerful strike. But the real danger was not the drones. It was the soldiers marching closer. One of them shouted through a speaker, "Return the tribal girl, Ranger! She belongs to the company now!" Cole shot near the speaker, hitting the ground as a warning. "No one belongs to you!" The mercenaries spread out and opened fire. Blue plasma beams flew across the canyon. Cole pushed Taya behind a large boulder. "They have heavy weapons," she said, breathing hard. "So do we," Cole answered. "Sort of." He tossed her a small explosive disc. "Use this on their armor if they get too close." Taya nodded and held it tightly. Cole leaned out and fired multiple shots, forcing the soldiers to take cover. But there were many of them, too many. They advanced slowly, using shields and clever formations. Taya touched the ground with her free hand, feeling the vibrations. Her eyes widened. There is something under the sand here. A crystal bed. My people used it to defend sacred places. Can you use it now? Cole asked. She nodded slowly. But it will take all my strength. Cole stepped closer. Then I'll buy you time. He ran out from cover in a sudden burst. Plasma bolts shot past him, hitting the rocks and sand. He rolled behind another boulder, then fired with precise aim. He hit a soldier's weapon, making it spark and shut down. Another soldier tried to flank him, but Cole moved quickly, sliding under a rock shelf and shooting upward. The shot hit the soldier's armor, knocking him back. Taya closed her eyes and placed both hands on the sand. She whispered something in her native language, a soft chant that echoed strangely against the canyon walls. The ground beneath her began to glow faintly. The air around her shifted, crackling with quiet energy. A mercenary noticed her and aimed. "Target locked!" Cole saw the danger and sprinted toward her. He fired a shot that knocked the mercenary's gun away, but the soldier still tried to rush forward. Cole tackled him, both rolling across the sand. The soldier tried to stab him with a knife, but Cole blocked and punched him hard, knocking him out. "Cole!" Taya shouted. He looked back at her. The crystal bed beneath the sand was glowing brighter and brighter, the light spreading in lines like roots. "Move away," she warned. Cole jumped behind a rock just as the crystal bed erupted. A wave of bright energy pulsed across the canyon, sweeping outward like a giant heartbeat. The mercenaries' shields flickered and shut down. Their weapons overheated. Their armor sparked. Many fell to their knees, disoriented. Taya's body swayed. Using the crystal bed clearly drained her. She fell forward, and Cole caught her before she hit the ground. "You okay?" he asked. She nodded weakly. "The crystals, they helped, but I cannot do it again." Cole looked at the soldiers, still recovering. "You won't have to." He helped her lean against a rock, then stepped forward. Some soldiers tried to stand, but their weapons were useless. Their leader shouted angrily, "Fall back! Regroup at the transports!" The mercenaries hurried away, dragging the injured with them. Their vehicles roared to life and retreated across the sand, shrinking into the distance. Cole exhaled deeply. The battle was over. He went back to Taya and knelt beside her. She was breathing heavily, her golden eyes dull from exhaustion. "You did it," Cole said softly. "We did it," she whispered. He helped her back to the shelter. She leaned on him more than before, but she did not fight it. When they reached the fire, he gave her water and let her rest. She looked at him with gentle eyes. "Cole, you risked everything. Why?" He looked into the firelight. "Because you asked me to let you live, and because no one should carry their whole people's pain alone." Taya's voice was soft, almost trembling. "I offered you a promise in fear, a family, but I did not mean it." "I know," Cole said, "and I never wanted that from you." She lowered her gaze, thinking, "But now, after what you did, maybe I want to offer something real." Cole swallowed. "Taya, I didn't protect you because I expect anything." She placed her hand on his gently. "I know. That is why it means something." He looked at her, and she looked at him. A quiet understanding formed between them, something new, something fragile, something alive. After resting, Taya stood and moved toward the canyon entrance. Cole followed. She gazed at the desert stretching far beyond the rocks. "My tribe may be gone," she said softly, "but I am still here, and I want to live. I want to learn. I want to build something new." Cole stepped beside her. "You don't have to do it alone." She turned to him, her golden eyes warmer than before. "Then walk with me, cowboy. Show me your people. Let me know the world you protect." Cole smiled. "I'd like that." They left the canyon together side by side. The sun rose higher, painting the desert in gold. Taya looked toward the horizon, no longer frightened. Cole rode the hoverhorse slowly, letting her sit in front of him so she could see the path ahead. As they crossed the desert, two figures moving through endless sand, a new journey began. Not one of fear or running, but of rebuilding, learning, and trusting. A human cowboy and an Apache warrior woman, unexpected partners, survivors, and maybe something more in the future. And together they rode toward a new beginning.